Best place to stay, your money guaranteed 5.1% return. Hello and welcome. Are you looking for the best place to save your money? In today's complex financial landscape, choosing where to put your hard-earned savings can be a daunting task. With so many options available, from traditional savings accounts to more sophisticated investment vehicles, it's important to find a solution that aligns with your financial goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. Don't forget to like this video and give us thumbs up so we can keep uploading videos with consistency. So savers or losers, we all know this inflation erodes your purchasing power. If the amount of money you're getting in your savings account is not meeting or exceeding the rate of inflation, you're losing money, literally. So what I decided to create this video was to show you about 4 or 5 places where you can park your money right now. We'll get essentially a risk-free, almost guaranteed rate of return with at least 4.5% or so going higher as we go along in the video. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to start with is a Vanguard money market fund. So I do a lot of talking about Vanguard funds. I have a lot of money with Vanguard, especially for my Roth IRA, but it's not necessarily something that people seek out. It's just a convenient thing if you have Vanguard. So this basically benchmarks the performance off of the Citigroup 3-month US Treasury bill index. And you can kind of see the benchmark down here. When we're in periods of super low federal funds rate or interest rates, you can see over the past 10 years, it's only averaged about 0.75%. Okay, and then if you look at quarterly after-tax returns, you can see your returns before investing on this first line. You can see your returns after taxes, and then you can see the returns after taxes on distributions and the sale of the fund shares. So this is just an easy way to park your money if you're with Vanguard. Most brokerages offer something like this. Okay, I know Fidelity does, know Schwab does, but just be mindful of what that expense ratio is. Okay, now here's a little love from Cleveland, Ohio. High promotion, high AP, why you don't even know if they're going to keep their banking charter in 10 years. This is a legitimate, bank that, they have multiple branches all throughout Ohio and all throughout the country. So I got an email from them, I want to say 15 days ago or so, just a little over 2 weeks ago. And they're promoting their 4.3% online savings plan. So I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I do have an HELOC with them that I never use. But again, they're a bank that I know and trust. So if you're looking at stuff like this, you may want to look at a bankrate.com. So Bankrate will tell you hey, you can sort by interest rates, you can sort by, whatever you're looking for. This happens to be one of the highest ones that isn't, very exclusive credit union or, club or something like that. This is accessible to pretty much anyone. The nice thing is there's no monthly fees. There's no limit on your monthly transactions. It is FDIC-insured. The only 2 caveats is that it's going to be open and managed online, which is fine. To me, that's actually a benefit. And then you have to have a minimum of $5,000 to open and earn interest. So I just put in 10 grand in here. I want to say about a week ago, I'm still in the process of getting that account created. Otherwise, I'd log in and show it to you. The nice thing about this is that you're not locking your money up. This is just a savings account. But if we're talking about locking money up, let's talk about the next thing on our list, which is a 5% annual percentage yield with an 11-month Capital One CD. Okay, so to get this rate, you have to deposit these funds, I believe by March 14, which you can see right here. So if you go down to the CD, a lot of people, when they think of CDs, this is CD just stands for certificate of deposit. You think of your grandparents, right? It's oh, I'm locking up some money in a 2-year CD. And it's just okay, to me, the opportunity cost is not worth it. But when you have something that's a guaranteed rate of return, essentially risk-free, 5% is pretty significant. It's actually more than that. I'll show you why it's more than that. So if we want to calculate the savings at maturity, this is an 11-month CD. Remember, it's not a 12-month. So if we type in, let's just say we're investing $10,000, and it's promising us 5% interest over 11 months. This is actually coming out to be, if you can see this, 5.116%. So if you were to invest 10 grand into this Capital One CD, the yield at maturity would actually make $468 or $42.55 per month. This is actually compounded monthly, which is pretty cool. So it'll actually show you the calculation right here as well. I just wanted to do it on this because it breaks it down a little bit nicer. But let's just say an example of, hey, let's just say you're older and you have, 6 figures sitting around not doing anything with it. Well, guess what? At maturity, it's going to make you almost $5,000, $425 a month. That's nice. It could take care of, a lot of expenses at that age. Let's say you're sitting on cash on the sidelines, already cashed out your brokerage account, and you have $500,000 and you want to lock this money up for 11 months. Well, At this point, you're still losing money to inflation when we know this. But with half a million dollars, you'd be making right around $2,100 a month. For a lot of people, it's going to take care of a mortgage, a couple car payments, all their expenses and bills and things like that. And you basically end up with $23,400 more. Makes sense. So before we get into our next asset class, which is actually yielding more than the CD for a shorter duration, which is always good, here's a word from today's sponsor, Mu. Today's video is sponsored by Mu, which is a commission-free mobile trading app available for us Singapore and Australian users. It is backed by to a NASDAQ-listed fintech that has been in the finance industry for over a decade. Mu offers impressive trading tools for both beginner and advanced investors. Some of the features include advanced charting, pre- and post-market trading, international trading, research and analysis tools, and most popular, all free level to US market data. I like Mu because it is a platform that you can start using as a beginner and grow into over the years. As you become more and more experienced as an investor, we can place simple buy and sell orders, but also start using more and more of Mu's advanced research and trading features down the road. Since we're right around the corner from earnings season, I wanted to highlight one of the many features that Mu offers, which is their earnings calendar. This is an insightful, clear, and customizable earnings calendar right within the Mu app that easily displays the release dates of earnings reports for a specific date. All you have to do is open up the Mu app, tap Markets, tap Explore, and click on Earnings Reports. From here, you can simply scroll through the calendar to see which company will be releasing their earnings reports on each day of the month. If you click on that company, it will take you straight to that company's detailed quote page, which is incredibly convenient. Okay, thank you for sitting through that. It helps pay the bills and the cost of maintaining this channel. And I haven't asked you for anything in 5.5 years of doing this Treasury Direct. Here's our next buddy, but here's why this is so enticing. Because if we look at the latest auction results, you can see that this 6-month right here T-bill, which is essentially saying, hey government, here's my money. I was going to say some stupid was going to offend a lot of people. Here's my money, go do your thing overseas, setting up military bases everywhere. All will protect your freedom. All right, stop. I just lost half my subscriber base. Basically, this is a risk-free. It's considered to be risk-free. You are loaning the government money for a set period of time. They give it to you at a certain rate, and you are returned this amount of money at that set time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.